Hello guys, welcome back sa aking YouTube channel. Sa video ko ngayon guys, i-share ko sa inyo kung paano i-simplify ang isang square root ng mabilisan. Bago tayo pumunta sa example natin guys, i-share ko na sa inyo kung ano yung tatawag na perfect square. Perfect square is yung number na pwedeng i-multiply by itself. For example, 1 times 1 is what? 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. 5 times 5 is 25. 6 times 6 is 36, 7 times 7 is 49, 8 times 8 is 64, 9 times 9 is 81, and 10 times 10 is 100. Yan ang perfect square. Meron tayo itong example na square root of 49. Ano number ang pwede mong i-multiply by itself na kalabasan is 49? Tama, 7. 7 times 7 is 49. So, the square root of 49 is 7. Other given guys is 25. Yan ang perfect square root. Ngayon, anong number pwedeng multiply by itself? Nakalabasan is 25. 5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So, the square root of 25 is 5. Other given, 81. Number na pwedeng multiply by itself, 9. 9 times 9 is 81. So, square root of 81 is 9. The other given is 9. 3 times 3 is 9. So the number is that 3 of the square root of 9. 36. 36 is perfect square. So multiply by itself. 6 times 6 is 36. So 6 square root of 36. Ito naman guys sa ating given dito guys, merong square root of negative 25. Bago natin punta ng given na to guys, i-share ko sa inyo na negative square equivalent to I. So bago natin compute to guys, tandaan natin na ang negative square ay equivalent is I. So ano natin gagawin is ihiwalay natin yung perfect square, square root of 25, at ihiwalay din natin yung square root of negative. So saka natin may pwede i-simplify. Ano ang number na pwedeng multiply by itself? 5. Ano ang equivalent ng square root of negative is I. So the answer is 5I. The other given is negative 81. Perfect square. So ihiwalay natin ng perfect square, 81. Ihiwalay din natin ng square root of negative. So 9 times 9 is 81. So 9I. The answer is 9I. The other given is negative 9. Perfect square ang 9, so 9 square root of negative 3 times 3 is 9, so 3i. Ang sagot 3i. Square root of negative 9 is 3i. Square root of negative 36 naman, perfect square, so 36. Square root of negative is 6 times 6 is 36, so 6i. The answer is 6i. Dahil ang square root of negative is I. Sa other given naman natin guys, it's 49. Perfect square pa rin siya. So, iwala natin yung perfect square. 49. Square root of negative. 7 times 7 is 49. 7i. The answer is 7i. Other given naman guys, nakalabas naman yung negative niya. Para makuha natin to guys, ihiwalay naman natin yung negative. Huwag natin ihiwalay yung negative. Tandaan na natin na meron siyang tinatawag na imaginary number na 1. So, pwede natin i-simplify yung square root of 9. Square root of 9. Square root of 9 equals to 3. 3 times negative 1 is negative 3. The other equation guys is negative 20. Negative is square root of 25. So, ihiwalay natin yung negative, may imaginary number 1. So, 25. Square root of 1. I-simplify natin yung square root of 25 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So, the answer is 5. Multiply natin sa negative 1 is negative 5. The answer is negative 5. Negative square root of 36 negative 1. 6 times 6 is 36, so 6. Negative 1 times 6 is negative 6. The answer is negative 6. Negative, imaginary number 1. 7 times 7 is 49, so square root ng 49, sorry, is 7. So negative 1 times 7 is equal to negative 7. The other given is negative 81. Negative 81, negative 1. Dahil meron siyang imaginary number, square root of 81. 81, multiply natin sa simplify ng square root of 81 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81, so negative 9. The answer is negative 9. The other given naman guys, meron siyang negative sa labas ng square at meron din sa loob. So sa pagkuha nito guys, unahin natin yung negative. Alam natin na meron siyang imaginary number 1. Sumunod kuhain naman natin yung perfect square niya na 9. Sumunod naman kuhain natin yung square root of negative. Alam natin ang square root of negative is I. So negative 1. Simplify natin ng 9 is 3 times 3 is 9. 3i. Ngayon multiply natin ito. Negative 3i. The answer is negative 3i. The other given naman guys is square root. Negative pa rin ang sa labas ng sa loob. So negative 1. Square root of 25. Square root of negative. Tandaan natin ang square root of negative is I. So negative 1. Multiply natin sa simplify ng square root of 25 is 5. 5 times 5 is 25. So ito I. So negative 1 times 5 is negative 5i. The answer is negative 5i. The other question naman guys is negative na naman. Negative, imaginary number 1, square root of 36, square root of negative. So, bring down negative 1. Simplify natin yung 36. 6 times 6 is 36, so 6. Square root of 1, square root of negative is I. So, multiply natin. Negative 1 times 6 is 6. Negative 6i. The answer is negative 6i. The other given, perfect square na naman. Iwalay natin yung negative. May imaginary number 1 number square root of 49, square root of negative, bring down negative 1. Simplify natin ng square root of 49 is 7. Square root ng negative is I. Multiply natin. Negative 1 times 7 is negative 7i. The other question guys is negative, square root of negative 81. Negative, imaginary number 1, square root of 81, square root of negative equals to, bring down negative 1. 9 times 9 is 81, so 9. Simplify ng square root of 81, I. So sa square root of negative is I equals to 1. Negative 1 times 9 is negative 9i. The answer is negative 9i. So naman guys, imperfect square naman to. Para ma-simplify natin to guys, hanapin natin yung isang perfect square na pwedeng multiply sa pinakamababang number at kalalabasan is yung imperfect square. For example guys, 9. 9 times 2 is 18. So para ma-simplify natin to guys, kuhain natin yung perfect square. Pero ang 9 is perfect square. Yung pwede natin i-multiply sa 2. 9 times 2 is 18. So pares lang yung square root natin. So pwede natin ito i-simplify kasi perfect square na siya. So 3 square root of 2. The answer is 3 square root of 2. The other given, 75 imperfect square. Hanap tayo ng perfect square na pwedeng multiply sa pinakababang number. So 25 times 3 is 75. So para sa square root. Ngayon, perfect square na to, pwede natin siya i-simplify. So 5 times 5, 25 square root of 3. The answer is 5 square root of 3. The other given is 12. 12 is imperfect square. So hanap tayo ng number na perfect square, pwede multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. So para sa square, perfect square na siya. So simplify. 2 times 2 is 4, square root of 3. The answer is 2 square root of 3. The other question is square root of 48. Ano tayo ng perfect square? 16 times 3 is 48. So square root yan. Ngayon, i-simplify natin ng 16 is 4. 4 times 4 is 16. So, square root of 3. Answer is 4 square root of 3. The other question naman, meron naman siyang given number sa labas ng square. Paano natin makukuha ang equation nito? Paano natin ito kasi-simplify? Paano natin gagawin guys? Iiwalay natin yung number 4. Yung unang number. Sumunod, Ihiwalay natin yung square root of 48. Pangalawa, 4. Simplify natin yung 48. Alam natin na ang 48 is imperfect square. So, hanap tayo ng number na pwede perfect square na multiply sa 48 is 16. So, 16 times 3 is 48. So, square root ng square root of 3. Ngayon, itong 4, i-multiply natin sa 16. 64 square root of 3. Sa other given guys, ganyan naman, may number naman sa labas. Imperfect square ang 80. So, ihiwalay natin ng 7. Square root of 80. Single 7. Hanap tayo ng number na perfect square. Pwedeng i-multiply sa pinakamababang number para lumabas ang imperfect square. So, 16. 16 times 5 is equal to 80. So, square root of 5. Ngayon, i-multiply natin ang 11, 112 square root of 5. The answer is 112 square root of 5. Simplify naman natin to dalawang pinagsamang imperfect square. So, titingnan natin ang kanyang coefficient is parehas. So, sa pag-simplify nito, ipag-add lang natin ng 4 saka 5. So, 4 plus 5 is 9 square root of 3. The answer is 9 square root of 3. Ngayon, meron tayong given dito guys na 3 square root of 18 plus 5 square root of 72 minus 4 square root of 32. Paano makuha natin yung, paano natin may simplify? Una, gawa tayo ng tatlong layer. Kuhain natin itong una. Ngayon, una sa computation natin kanina, ihiwala natin 3. Imperfect square ng 18. So, 3. Ano tayo ng number na perfect square pwedeng multiply sa small number. So, 9. 9 square root of 2. So, ang 9 pwede pa natin i-simplify. So, 9 equals to 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So, square root of 2 times 3 times 3 is 9. So, 9 square root of 2. Yung sumunod na given natin is 5. Square root of 72. Ngayon, bring down natin yung 5. Simplify natin yung 72 is 36 times square root of 2 is 72. Ngayon, pwede pa i-simplify ang 36. So, 6 times 6 is 36. So, 6 square root of 2. Pwede ba ito i-simplify? Hindi na. Kasi hindi na siya papantay doon sa pinakaunang given. So, 5 times 6 is 30. 30 square root of 2. Sumunod na giving natin guys is 4 square root, negative 4 square root of 32 is ihiwala natin yung 4 square root of 32. 4 multiply natin sa 16 square root of 2. So 16 times 2 is 32. Pero pwede pa natin ito i-simplify. 4 times 4 square root of 2 is 16 minus 16 square root of 2. So, paano naging 16 is 4 times 4 is 16. So, 9, i-add natin sa 30 is 39. Minus natin sa 16 is 23. So, the answer is 23 square root of 2 sa unang given. Unang gawin natin, igawa tayo ng layer. Tatlong layer. Ihiwalay natin ng 4. Square root of 27 is imperfect square. So 4. Anong number pwede mo multiply sa pinaka-small is 9 times 3. 9 times 3 is 27. Pwede pa natin i-simplify. So, 4 is 3. 3 times 3 is 9. So, ito pinaka yung given natin. And yung multiply natin ito is 12. The answer is 12 square root of 3. Other given is, ihiwala natin yung leading 3. Ito na tayo sa pangalawa. equal to 3 square root of 12. Perfect square. So 4 times 3 is 12. 4 square root of 3. Pwede pa natin ito i-simplify. So 2 square root of 3 times 3 times 2 is 6 square root of 3. The other given is 5 square root of 48. 5 square root of 48. So 5. Dingdong 5. 48. Hanap tayo ng number na pwedeng multiply sa 48. Number na pwedeng i-multiply. Yung perfect square, multiply sa pinakamababang given is square root of 16 square root of 3. So 16, pwede pa natin i-simplify yung 16. 4. 4 times 5 is 20 square root of 3. Ngayon, paano natin makuha ang simplification nito is 12 plus 6 is 18. 18 minus 20 is 2 square root of 3. Kung meron kayong comment, huwag kayong mahiya. At kung nagustuhan nyo yung video kong ito, huwag nyo kalimutang i-like, i-subscribe, click ang notification bell para laging updated sa mga susunod kong video. Thank you.